guys, welcome back to my channel. I'm sorry I have not been posting the past couple of weeks. Dylan has been struggling with his anxieties again since we came back from holiday actually, and this always seems to be the case whenever we have been away or, you know, there's a big kind of life change. I always find when he's in a growth period, so like if he's learning lots at school, if he's growing physically, mentally, I always find his anxieties come back a little bit more. I guess that's what I wanted to talk about today really was, you know, in life, you know, we tend to go through these peaks and troughs, and, you know, sometimes we're in a really good period and he's very engaging and he wants to try different things, try different foods, and then something could knock us back. It could be he's not feeling that great, could be he's tired, cold, hay fever, allergies, whatever it is, and it tends to manifest itself for Dylan in anxieties. So how do I manage these changes for him? I find I see him getting anxious and I start getting anxious. I'm like, oh my God, he's not happy. How do I help him? How do I, you know, I get a bit kind of in a tiz, I guess. So I think the number one thing I try and do is try and relax myself down. I just take the pressure off. You know, I'm not so concerned about getting him to school on time if it's going to cause him issues. I'll phone at the school and I'll just say, just having a bit of a morning, we're going to be in a bit later. Not that he's not going to go in, but we just take our time. I drop Luca and Naya off first, and then we might take 10, 15 minutes to, you know, have a chat, or I might play a game with him. Because if I ask him a question like, how are you feeling? He doesn't really answer me. But if I ask him when I'm playing with him, like, he will then answer me while playing a game because the pressure's off. I think if I ask him a direct question, he doesn't like direct questions. And then quite often we'll go for a walk. I'm trying to teach him that, you know, being out in nature is really good, or we'll check on our veggie garden that we've just planted a veggie garden, which he's very excited about. We have planted so many potatoes, by the way. We have potatoes for the whole of Dorset, I swear. Like, the whole veggie garden is full of potatoes. And he says, but Mum, we're Irish, we like potatoes, right?
No, I just plant potatoes. I'm gonna plant one. No.
I was reading recently that like a sensory garden and gardening is really good for mental health in general, not just for people on the spectrum. You know, getting your hands into the soil is really good for raising the serotonin levels in your brain. And a lot of people on the spectrum struggle with the dopamine and serotonin levels. So by getting into nature, by getting back into your body, kind of, if you can, and this is where it's difficult because I read all this stuff and I research all this stuff and I'm like, Dylan needs to like earth himself, which is basically take your shoes and socks off and stand on the grass. Dylan doesn't like the feeling of grass on his feet or sand. So I'm like, okay, how do I do this? So we do try and do games and I try and go like, oh, let's take our shoes and socks and run around. I think getting out of your head in general, you know, like cold water swimming is amazing because I find cold water swimming great. I think I've spoken about it before because you can't think about anything else when you're cold. Do you know what I mean? But if you go swimming, it makes you feel good. But the cold is such a shock to you that it can almost like reset your system, and it's very good for your immune system. So I do find trying to get Dylan into the water is very good too, or even swimming in general. We went to Splashdown, which is a water park near here, and it has loads of slides, and I went with Dylan and he made me go down some slides I did not like, you know, the ones with the tube, and I feel really claustrophobic. But just being in the water, getting into his body, running around, getting that adrenaline rush of going down the slides, finding it hilarious that mummy's screaming like an idiot going down them, all those things get him out of his head. He really actually takes pleasure in watching me and watching me like scream and feel uncomfortable, and I do ham it up a little bit. I do be a little bit dramatic because I know it makes him laugh. So what I try and do, going back to the point I was talking about before, is get out of your head. Anything you can do that gets out of your head. It could even be playing a card game, a board game. It could be tickling games with your child. It could be Play-Doh. It could be playing with rice in a bowl. Anything that's sensory. It could be cold touch, warm touch. All those things. A warm bath with magnesium salts is very good for getting you back into your body. So when Dylan is going through one of those peaks, the anxiety peaks, we take the pressure off. even as such as, you know, he finds it difficult when he's in one of his peak anxiety states to eat around a table. It's okay. You know what, Dylan? For a few days, and I make sure I say for a few days, you can eat in your bedroom if you wish. Or I can sit with you if you want, you know, so we try and, or I feed him at different times. It's all about adapting, make the routine a little bit fluid, I guess, and doing what works for you. So I might feed the two little ones earlier, so I feed them at 5, and I'll feed Dylan at 5:30 while I'm bathing Naya or something, so he gets alone time at the table while he's eating, and he can feed himself with a spoon. He doesn't use a knife and fork yet, which we are still working on, and yes, he is 12, but you know, we're getting there at our own pace, our own levels. Try not to read the rule books, think my child should be doing this at a certain time. It will come. It will come. And if it doesn't, he needs a spoon for the rest of his life. Who the hell cares, really? You know, he's eating. So yeah, it's all about flexibility and doing what works for your family and your child, and taking the pressure off yourself is so important. So that's what we're doing at the moment, just working on, you know, going through this peak period. So I think we got into school this morning at 10, which is okay, it's quite good. And soon he's going to be getting a taxi home from school, which is great. So in the UK, I'm not sure about the rest of the world, you can apply to your local council about getting, if you live further away from the school, or for example, for me, I have 3 kids, 3 different schools, same time. Impossible. So I've applied to the council about getting Dylan a taxi or a minibus coming home from the school, and they'll drop him home. So this is quite good because the school have helped me do it. We've signed all the paperwork, and they have agreed that Dylan will be getting a minibus home with some other kids from school. Let's hope that goes well, because it depends which kids are going to be on the bus. So yeah, so that's what we're doing at the moment. So I'm sorry I haven't been posting on here as much as I usually do. So anyway, I hope this video has helped a little bit on what you can do to help your child with their anxieties. Most important thing, get them out of their head, and get out of your head as well. That is important for me. I'll leave you with a few videos of what we've been up to lately of the kids. Luca and Naya are doing good.
Do you shop online?
Yes.
Would you like to save money?
Always.
Well, Honey's the perfect app for you. What you can do with Honey is when stuff is in your car, click on Honey browser. It will find promo codes, and you can save money on food, dog stuff, plant stuff, technology, food.
How do you know this?
Well, I get a lot of adverts of it.
You get a lot of adverts, do you?
Yeah.
Who tested positive for COVID this morning? You? How is COVID affecting you, Luca?
By not going to school, which I'm not happy about.
You love school, don't you?
Yes.
Are you bored?
Yes.
How are you feeling in yourself? How's your headache?
I don't have it anymore.
Is it gone? How's your tummy ache?
I can still feel it.
Oh. Is that it?
Yeah.
Where are you going, darling?
To Paris.
Paris, you're all ready to go, are you? That's a very chic outfit for Paris, I must say. Who are you going with, Daddy? To buy your dress?
No, Rosie.
You're going with Rosie, okay. Will you buy me a dress too?
Yeah,
Okay. Bye, catch your plane.
Bye.
Bye. Naya is very sensory at the moment. I'm going to do a video on her sensory processing that she's doing at the moment too. So, you know, with all our children, we've all got little quirks. But yeah, I think that's it, guys. Anyway, have a great week, and I will talk to you soon.